Thank you for tuning in to What Library at Home. I'm Alexis Lawrence, your adult librarian, and today we're going to take a look at how to remove candle wax from the bottom of candle jars. And I don't know about you, but for me, I love for my house to smell good, and generally my house smells like baking products, so it'll end up smelling like cookies, pies, cakes, brownies, or whatever it is I am whipping up that day. But if it's not, I generally light a candle or incense or something like that. And so I end up with a lot of candles at the end of the day, and they tend to get stored in a closet somewhere because I don't want to throw it away because I feel like it's a waste of a jar, and I don't know what else to do with them. So I just tend to pile them up until my closet is overflowing with candle jars, and then I have to toss them out. But generally I use them up till they get to be about like this much, and I don't want to stick my hand in there because I feel like if I put my fingers in there, I'm going to light a fingernail on fire and there will be like some type of catastrophe that will happen. I don't know. But today we're going to look at how to actually remove the candle wax from the bottom of the jar. So one of the tricks that I've learned is that we are going to take some boiling hot water, and I don't know if you can see the steam rising from this, but this is some freshly boiled water that we're going to pour into this candle jar. And so what ends up happening is once this is poured into that jar, it is going to eventually have the wax rise to the top, and that wax is going to sit up here, and this is going to bring all the wax up to the top, and it'll have the water sitting at the bottom, and it's going to take about 3 hours roughly, and that wax is going to need to cool. And eventually, we'll leave this here, it will look something like this. So this jar has cooled already, and as you can see, I have wax that has now settled, it has cooled, and is sitting at the top. And then the little wick is sitting on the bottom here. And so what we need to do now in order to get this is we can easily break this wax up into pieces. I know I'm putting it on the table as opposed to a napkin, but once we break this wax up, easily comes out. Reach our hand in there, take the little wick piece out of the bottom. You can pour this water out. Easily peel the stickers off of the jar. And once that's done, we can clean this jar out, and it'll look like this with a nice lid to it, and we can use anything. It can store marbles, it can store flour, candy jar for the kids. It can be used for a multitude of purposes, and it is something that we can do with tons of different candle jars that you have. So it's a neat little trick. All it takes is some hot water, 3 hours to let the wax sit and cool, a little elbow grease to clean it out, and we have reusable jars that we can use for a multitude of purposes. So hopefully you enjoy this helpful tip, and we look forward to seeing you again on What Library at Home.